Alia sometimes hides her feelings in Russian has blown up to be one of the biggest anime of the year. Its rise has been insane, so let's get into that, whether it's deserved or not, and most importantly, my take on who the best girl really is. And I know what you all want. You want me to talk about Suo, and don't worry, I will, but we'll get to her in a bit. For those who are unaware, this anime centers around high schoolers Kuze and Alia and their relationship. He's a perceived slacker and she's the hot, popular type. But there's one element here that makes things different from other rom-com. Alia, despite her icy front, likes to spill out her true thoughts in Russian, and it really shows her sensitive side. Whether that comes in the form of a confession or asking for praise or even being a little horn dog, she constantly opens up about these feelings in plain sight. The twist is that Kuze speaks Russian, and she doesn't know that. So we have this hilarious dynamic of the ice princess spilling her guts, which she assumes she's doing cleverly, except everything she says is being understood by the guy she's fawning over, and he has to figure out how to navigate that. It's so fun and a really great way to make things constantly entertaining, which this show is. In fact, this is the most memeable series of the year so far. I don't know if that was by design or by chance, but probably of the dozen most memorable images I have in mind for summer anime, Alia's had about 10 of them. However, she's not the one in most of those images. Enter Suo, Kuze's sister, though no one in the show knows that. At school, she's the perfect, polite girl who is the odds-on favorite to become the next student president. At home, she's wild. Her obsession with her brother is so over the top, and her teasing is next level. It's weird, but god damn it, it's entertaining. When she's talking with Ayano about being the final boss and how this is how a final boss should act, hearing this from a simping high school girl couldn't help but make me laugh. And it's not only her. I've never seen such a rabid response and such crazy backing behind the sister not only being best girl, but the fandom's favorite to be the love interest. The Alia Suo debate might as well be the next presidential election because the divide is unlike anything I've ever seen. Whether you like it or not, it's not uncommon for mangaka to add a sister complex element to their stories. But I think this might be the first time I've ever seen it run so rampant within the fandom. The story takes a turn when Kuze decides he's going to join the student council alongside Alia Suo and Alia's sister, Masha. Then, despite being Suo's vice president in middle school, he teams up with Alia as her vice president to run against his sister. The whole crux of everything going forward kind of stems from that. And before I get into the best girl debate, I want to focus on the Alia Kuze dynamic a bit more because as the season progresses, it's grown to be pretty strong. Alia is interesting because she's not a typical rom-com lead. It's a breath of fresh air that she acknowledges she's attractive and talented, but refuses to rely on those alone. In fact, I'm sure it's a relatable trait for a lot of conventionally attractive people to see their efforts diminished because they look pretty or were born naturally gifted. So seeing her outwork everyone and rarely receive recognition for it makes her very easy to root for. In an early scene where she's called the Ice Princess, the part she's offended by is the princess. And that really captures the whole essence of her character. She craves affirmation for her achievements. We see this when she's trying on clothes for Kuze and she gets addicted to trying on outfit after outfit because him praising her feels so good. It's funny because that technically is praise over her looks instead of her effort, but because it comes from Kuze, she knows it's genuine and she put the effort into picking the outfits. The gimmick of her spilling her real feelings in Russian is simply genius writing, and having Kuze able to speak it is such a funny twist that I can't wait to see paid off over time. Instead of trying to figure out what she means through her tough exterior, we directly see what her front is telling us and then what she's actually telling us, and it's really fun. What makes Kuze interesting is that he's everything Alia is not. It makes sense why she's so into him, because he's capable of overcoming her weaknesses. He's a much more effective communicator. He's incredible at reading people to the point that he knows exactly how to get Alia to relax before the debate. He's more practical while also better at finding outside-the-box solutions to solve problems. While Alia prefers to do everything alone, he's happy to support her in her goals and be collaborative with others to assure her success. He's also not someone who drops everything to build his life around his crush or some complete loser. He comes off as a slacker, yeah, but as things progress, you realize he's the most talented person in the show, and when he has to step in, no one can stop him. During the Student Congress debate, Alia fought hard against Taniyama, and when she loses faith in herself, Kuze has her back and instantly delivers a knockout. Plus, the whole tease with his father trying to influence how things play out is something I can't wait to see expanded on as the season continues. So who is best girl? I've talked about Alia and Suo, but what about Masha? She doesn't have the biggest role so far, but she shines every time she's on screen. She is the one who instantly breaks through Kuze's walls and goes out of her way to portray herself a certain way to make life easier for her sister, even if that's not exactly who she is. I've been theorizing for some time that she's the girl Kuze learned Russian for, so that may be looming too. How about Ayano? She just popped up, but she's stolen every scene she's in. Her training flashbacks were hilarious. Committing to be a butler as a second grader and growing up alongside these people she admires so much is a funny gimmick. Her quiet, proper attitude being used for comedic value and just accepting everything has made the show a lot more fun, and she's absolutely deserving of consideration. Then again, Suo is absolutely the most entertaining character in the show. Her hijinks and teasing is a great contrast to the serious Alia and laid-back Kuze, especially when she only shows that side to him and puts on this proper preppy front for everyone else. But at the end of the day, I've made my decision. Between Alia and Suo, I'm Team Alia. Their chemistry continues to grow and they complement each other so well. They're also not siblings. However, between all the girls, I'm actually going to veer off here and say Masha is best girl. With that, I'm out.